So let's get started. I'm also going to relink the playlist in here, and I'll let you know when you can turn it on. And we'll go ahead and get started. So let's actually start out on our backs today. So coming onto your mat, props out of the way for now, and we'll actually start in Shavasana. So if that Shavasana feels good for you as a traditional arms and legs long, go for it. If you'd rather open your groin a little bit, you can send the knees wide and bring the feet together. And we'll start today with one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart, letting your eyes soften. We'll begin today with our breathing, just kind of right away tapping into that breath. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. And then keep that breath up on your own. If the hands feel nice, it feels like a connection for you, great. If it feels more distracting, then you can just take your arms out to the side. And so you all will stay there. I'll come out of this shape, but remain on your back. Continue with that nice breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And if you want to transition into that Ujjayi breathing, go for it. And all that means is that you'll start to breathe through your nose. And there's a little constriction in the throat that starts to create this kind of oceanic sound. Also, it could sound like Darth Vader, kind of depending on whether you want to be more light or more dark. And challenge yourself to lengthen out that breath. And a trick I like to use is to count my breath. It's a trick both for really lengthening the sides of the breath, not, until you completely lose your breath and feel like you're going to keel over, but to help you find kind of what is an edge for you of long breathing. Counting your breath is also helpful to focus your mind. So if it's challenging for you to focus in, counting your breath is a really nice way to quiet the mind. And if you just joined us, we're on our backs. I'm sitting up, but you're on your back in Shavasana or in Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees wide. We're just taking that time to find some long, deep breaths. You'll take about 5 to 6 more breaths. And I don't always bring in a quote for this class, but I wanted to today, as we think about the yoga practice, and we will be doing, like I said, some splits today, which can be a really challenging pose for a lot of us. So as we think both about challenging asana practice and about kind of the state of the world we're in, for me, patience comes up a lot. Patience in knowing that things sometimes can take time and that we don't have control over them. And then there are things that we have control over. So I found this really lovely Paulo Coelho quote that resonated with me, and maybe it will resonate with you as well. I have seen many storms in my life. Most storms have caught me by surprise, so I had to learn very quickly to look further and understand that I am not capable of controlling the weather, to exercise the art of patience, and to respect the fury of nature. Feel free to let that theme of patience be your intention or anything else that you need today. And however you're oriented on your back, particularly if you have your legs bent, let's start to stretch the legs long and the arms long. Taking that good morning stretch, still very appropriate since it is still morning time. And start to shift the right side of the body a little bit longer than the left, and the left side a little longer than the right. It's almost like you're climbing a ladder on your back. And then we'll bring the knees into the chest and do the exact opposite, creating a tight ball, hugging those shins in, maybe starting to rock on your back. And just a nice simple twist to begin our physical practice. Extend the arms out wide. Shift the hips to the left. Let the knees drop to the right. And as you let the knees drop to the right, if this left shoulder is lifted off the ground, really press it down. Full breath in. Full breath out. Big inhale. Exhale, come onto your back and switch sides. So hips will go a little right. Knees have space to go left. Right shoulder blade is pressing downwards. And then find that long, deep breath. All right, come onto your back. Grab a hold of your strap. Again, proxy for a strap is a scarf or a towel or something that you can hold on two sides that is made of cloth. Take that object around your right foot. We'll keep the left foot grounded. Inhale to extend through the back of the right leg. So really finding that length, length, length. And then exhale, bend through that knee. Just 2 more times. Inhale to extend. Exhale to bend. Last time. Inhale to extend. Exhale to bend. And then keep the bend. Hold that object with just the right hand and open that knee out to the right. So getting a little bit of abduction here. Also getting a little bit of external rotation. And then straighten through that leg. And we'll hold that stretch. And if, like me, you have a wall near you, for any pose that you might take today, feel free to use the wall. And we will intentionally use the wall for our splits later on in class. All right, IT bend stretch, bringing that leg all the way across the body, strap in the left hand. Turn the toes a little bit to the left and find that kind of cross-sectional stretch. So we're stretching through that outer line of the right leg, keeping the hips grounded, full breath in, and full breath out. All right, take it to the other leg, right foot on the mat, strap up the left foot, pull inhale to bend, and exhale to straighten. And so just going through that gradual extension through the knee and then flexion through the knee. Just seeing how your hamstrings feel today. The next time that you bend, hold that bend. Strap in the left hand will open the leg out to the left. The knee is still bent for this moment. Now begin to straighten it out, anchoring to your right shoulder, right hip, right foot. Find your breath. And then taking that IT bend stretch, bring the left leg slightly across the body. Turn also the toes to the right. Grounding through that left hip. So it's really the leg extending from the hip socket. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. We'll finish up with a happy baby with the strap. Both feet in the strap. Knees bent. Rock and roll side to side, front to back. However you want to. And then we'll meet in a forward fold at the top of the mat. And if you want to press play on the playlist, we have a lot of old school kind of chill, fun, funk, and soul. So hopefully that will help you wake up. And we'll meet at the top of the mat. No tools required, no props required. Just allow your body to hang. If you want to bend your knees, bend your knees. If you want to take this as kind of a mobilization, you can move the torso, the arms. And then we'll inhale to lift halfway, finding that flat back. Exhale, fold it over. 2 more times. Again, your knees could be bent here slightly or quite a lot, or they could be not bent at all. 1 more time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Let everything hang in the torso and slowly roll up. Think belly button to spine. Spine gradually rounding. When you get all the way up, reach up, look up, take a little back bend, and then exhale, fold the right back over your leg. So diving back down to the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms and step back to plank. Hopefully this is your first plank of the day, but who knows? Maybe you've been up for a while and you did a boot camp or did your own boot camp. But even so, finding that sense of newness in this shape. Are your fingers spread wide? Are your middle fingers forward? Are your heels reaching back? And you could be moving like I am, or you could be completely still. All these same things apply. And then are your legs fully engaged? So sometimes in plank, we think it's all about the shoulders and the belly, but we really want to make sure that those thighs are lifted, the legs are long, the heels are pushing back. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Take a deep breath in. Lift the hips high, down dog. Right leg sweeps to the sky. Go ahead and bend that knee and open that hip. And then go ahead and square off the hip. Straighten the right leg. So now the right toes face the ground. Feel that you're pushing into both of your hands with a lot of energy. And then as you bend your right knee, lift onto the ball of your left foot. So you create this kind of curling action as you round, round, round forward. And then step the right foot between the hands. Lower the left knee. Andrea, no props here. Reaching up, looking up. If it feels good today to take this as a vertical versus a back bend, feel free to stay more upright, really thinking about how your core supports this long tailbone. Or you start to arch through your mid and upper back. 3 breaths here. And if you're not feeling arms lifted today, you can always relax the arms down or let them rest on your legs. So feel free to adjust the arm duration. Okay, hands to the mat. We will be doing a lot of splits today, starting off a super easy half split. This is where if you want to grab your block or your water bottle, if you have 2 blocks, even better. Fingertips are down or hands are down, pulling that left hip forward, right hip back. Inhale, create more space between your torso and your legs. So it's a half lift, almost like a little more than a half lift. And then exhale, fold over that leg. One more time, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We'll stay in this fold. If you're feeling like, oh, there's maybe a little space right now, maybe you shift your right heel forward. And if not, you stay where you are. Take one more breath. And then rock your weight forward onto your right foot. Move your black water bottle out of the way. Plant the palms, lift the left knee. We're going to reverse the way we came in, the way we come out. Pushing the hands round the back. So really lift the hips, pull the knee into the chest, and then sweep the right leg up. 3-legged dog. Right foot to the mat. We'll go through our first vinyasa super slow. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, let's all drop to the knees. Chaturanga, elbow squeeze by the rib. Lower all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes, low cobra. Elbows bent, chest proud. Forehead to the mat. Press back in the arms. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, down dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Zip the legs together. Lift the heels. If you feel ready to hop, go for it. If not, take a bunch of steps to the top of the mat. We'll meet in that forward fold. Again, it could be as heavy and easy as you need it to be. It could be bent kneed. It could be straight legged. We have 2 half a lift. Hands on the shins. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale, extend through the spine. Exhale, fold. One more time with this rounded spine to come up. Thinking about cat pose, that really arching of the back. Until you get to stand, reach up, look up. Maybe there's a small back bend as your hands come together. And then dive your chest right back over your thighs. Inhale, half lift. Stepping into that plank. We're more familiar with it now, at least in this morning practice. So again, feeling free to move about a little bit or to stay still. But once again, energy not only in the shoulders and core, but also in the legs. You have 2 more breaths here. Finding that sense of patience in these longer holds. Inhale, lift the hips, down dog. Weight in both hands, left leg sweeps. Bend the knee, open the hip. Get that groin stretch. See what that feels like to be open, and now close it off. Left knee now faces down, but leg straightens. Push out through the heel. Really counter that lifted left leg with both palms pressing down. And then lift onto the right heel. Bend the left knee, curl forward. Slow, slow, slow. Step the left foot down. Step the right knee down. Onto that low lunge. Reaching up. Again, either in that more vertical space or in that back bend, whatever you feel like you need. If you've been doing a lot more typing, you feel like the usual, or a lot more sitting, you may want to add that back bend just to open up through the front body, through the chest. One more breath here. Okay, hands come down. That half split variation of your choice, again, using kind of whatever props you have at your disposal. Left toes are lifted. We're stacked, right hip over right knee. Inhale, space between chest and belly and thigh. And then exhale, close it off. Again, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And staying in that fold. And again, you may want to slide a little bit forward. If that doesn't feel great or you're kind of already at your max, just stay here. One more long round of breath. And then take your weight forward. We'll reverse again the way we came out. Come out, plant the palms, lift the back knee, tuck the back toes, pushing the hands really round. Hips should lift, shoulders should lift, left knee to the chest. Sweep it up. Three-legged dog, left foot to the mat, down dog. Go through your flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga on your knees or on your toes. Inhale, you could take cobra again or lift the hips for up dog. And then exhale, down dog. Zip the legs together, heels high. Again, you choose how you come to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. This time we'll take a long back to reach all the way up. When you get to the top, palms touch. This time, exhale, hands to heart center. We'll go through just 2 traditional sun A's just to keep warming up the body. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, half lift. Step back to plank. If you're feeling jazzy already, hop back to plank, or hop back to chaturanga, with those bent elbows. And then go through that flow in the way that feels good this morning. And from down dog again, you zip the legs together, lifting the heels high, bending the knees, looking between the thumbs. Take your body forward on the exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, long back, long legs, reach up, reach up, reach up. Hands to heart center. Taking a moment in this mountain pose, and then we start again. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold it over. Inhale, half lift. Your flow, your way. We'll pause in down dog. Warming up a little more into the shoulders, a little more into the core and the hips. Right leg lift. Like we did before, we'll bend the knee round the back and roll forward. We'll pause here, right knee over to the right arm. Then right knee over to the left arm. One more time. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Stay here. Shoot that right leg through so it comes all the way to the left side. Then rotate your back foot to the big toe side of that foot and lift your left arm. Fallen triangle. It's a variation of side plank. Deep breath in. Push into the right hand and the right foot. Left foot. And lift the hips. One more breath. And then bring that left hand down. Again, we'll come out the same way we came in. Right knee bend to the left arm. Then we go center, right knee to the chest. Sweep the right leg up. Right foot to the ground. Either stay in down dog or go through a vinyasa. Your choice. And if you're choosing to stay in down dog, find your breath. Find the rooting in hands and feet. Okay. Left leg, sweep it up, 3-legged. Bend the knee, lift the right heel round and think cat, cat, cat. We have a lot of cats in my house right now. Left leg to left arm. Left leg swims over to right arm. One more time. Left leg to right arm. And shooting it through, finding that fallen triangle. Back foot ground. Right arm lifts. Left leg is through. So you're in this twist. You've got this kind of L shape happening with the feet. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Right hand to the mat. Left knee to the right arm. Then twist center, left knee to the chest, sweep the left leg up. Three-legged dog, nice and long. Left foot to the mat, stay in down dog or roll through your flow. From here, you have some choices. You can stay one in down dog. You can drop down to child's pose if you need a little break from the wrists and the shoulders. Or you can amp it up a little bit and drop the elbows for dolphin. In dolphin today, if you're taking it, you're not crossing your hands, you're not making a fist. You're keeping your hands parallel. It's just like down dog, but you're dropping your elbows. So that same parallel line between the forearms is happening even when they're down on the ground. And if you're taking dolphin, see if you can inchworm your feet a little closer and feel that body weight shift forward. So hips get a little more over the shoulders, shoulders get a little more over the elbows. And whether you're here with me or you're in down dog or child's pose, big breath in, big breath out, big breath in, big breath out. We'll all get in forearm plank. So dolphin, all you need to do is walk your feet back. Everybody else, just come into that forearm plank. Really think about pushing your forearms and your palms, which are wide and flat, down into the mat, lifting the thighs, lifting the belly. 3 breaths here. And as always, if you need to move a little bit, twist, shift, bounce, go for it. How can you have patience with yourself here when maybe this doesn't feel like the most comfortable thing you've done? Lower the hips, lower the knees, untuck the toes. Sphinx pose. Notice nothing has moved in my hands. I'm lifting my chest. It's a simple back bend. Shoulders are stacked over the elbows. Take one more breath here. And we'll meet back in puppy pose, which is child's pose, hips high. So hips are over the knees. If your arms reach out, chest drops. You could either have your chin diving to the mat or your forehead. You get this kind of nice stretch in the mid-back. Big breath in, big breath out. One more round, inhale, exhale. Then we'll come into tabletop. And before we get into another round of flow, our Sun B flow, just start to move the body, circling the hips and the shoulders clockwise or counter. And then going the other way. And we'll come into cow and cat. So finding some stillness in your table. Drop the belly, pull the heart through. Exhale, push into your hands and shins, round your back. One more time, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Finding a neutral spine, tuck the toes, lift the knees and hips, down dog. Lift the legs together, heels high, knees bend, look forward, step or that float, top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, stand tall, reach up, reach up, reach up. Palms touch, hands to prayer. Chair pose. We're going to keep the hands in prayer. Feet are underneath the hips. Just make sure, like the fingers in dolphin and down dog, your toes are forward, not turned out here or turned in. Sit back. So really feeling that sense of the hip crease. We have Athena in the big screen. Sit those hips low, finding that chair pose. And then we'll do just a little bit of arm movement. So legs are staying still. Weight is back. We're feeling those thighs. Inhale, arms by the ears, that traditional chair arm. And then exhale back to prayer. 2 more times. Inhale, arms by the ears, reach out. Exhale, pull the hands down. 1 more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Simple twist. Slide the left arm back. Keep the right hand in that half prayer. Notice that you're opening through your shoulder and chest, but not your knees and hips. Knees and hips are still forward. 1 more breath here. And then come back to center. Same thing, other side. Half prayer in the left hand, right arm back. Maybe you look over your right shoulder. Big breath in. Big breath out. Come back to center. Hands in prayer. Sit a little bit lower. A little bit lower. And then push all the way up. Front body stretch. Little back bend and mountain. Exhale, dive over the legs. Inhale, half lift. Dina, stop. Stop. Sorry, guys. One of my cats is getting crazy. So we were in our forward fold, going through your vinyasa. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, go through that flow. Okay. Coming into our sun B, some lunges, some warrior twos, right leg lift. Just like we've been doing. Knee pulls in, round it forward, round it forward. This time, extend the right leg through, drop your left knee. So you're already in that half split. If you want to go a little deeper, slide the right foot forward. We're not trying to get into a held split right now. I'm just trying to get you a little deeper into that hamstring stretch. From here, bend into the right knee, shift the weight forward, left toes tucked, left knee lift, high lunge. Chest is forward, arms are lifted. Inhale, to lift the hips a little higher. You may straighten your front leg fully. You may just keep it a little bent. And then exhale, sit back down. Back leg stay straight. 2 more times. Inhale, little lift up. Exhale, sit it back down. 1 more time. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it down. Head forward, arms back. That power lunge. You're really lifting the arms back. You're reaching out through your middle fingers. Palms are facing the floor. Can you squeeze your pinky fingers closer to each other? Take 1 more breath here. And then hands to prayer. You get to decide, do you want to stay in this power lunge, which is very powerful for the legs, or do you want to try your hand at balance in warrior 3? Tipping forward, lifting that left leg. Wherever you are, we have 2 more breaths. We'll come to chair pose, top of the mat, sit low, reach high. 1-legged mounts, and the left leg will lift. We're not quite done with this side. Open the left knee out and just pause. We did this on our backs with the strap, and just feeling that same sensation now when we stand and we add a little balance component. And then step that left foot all the way back, warrior 2. Take an inhale to straighten the front leg and reach up. Take an exhale to find warrior 2. We'll settle into this warrior 2. Right toes forward, right knee forward. Can you sit a little bit deeper? Right palm flips, inhale, reverse your warrior. And today, let's take a half bind. So this left hand that's normally on the left leg, just bring it behind your back or to your right hip crease. And even as your waist bends back, your right knee stays reaching forward. Take 1 more breath here. Side angle pose, going forward with the body. You can just rest the right arm on the right leg, left arm overhead. If you want to go a little deeper, you could slide that hand down. Maybe your block is there. But keep pushing through your left foot. So this line of energy is long and strong from the pinky side of the left foot to the left middle finger. Take 1 more breath here. Bring yourself all the way up, warrior 2. Parallel the feet, reach up, look up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. From here, you have 5 breaths, and I will let you do whatever you want. So you could stay here and just kind of hang. You could take a different arm variation to slightly change the stretch. Or if you have an inversion practice, say headstand, that you feel like you can do safely from that place, go for it. And sometime soon we will break down some inversions. So if you've been curious about them and you're not quite sure how to do them safely, coming soon, we'll break down. Wherever you are, 2 more breaths. Okay, if you're upside down, definitely come on back, slow and steady. Forward folding, folks, lift yourself halfway up. Bend into your back knee, so bend into your left knee. Tee the arms out wide. So we're actually in a side lunge, which we often do at Truve, but now we're in this kind of weird sort of yoga shape. Arms are out wide, chest is parallel to the ground, and then switch it to the other side. So we're really pushing down through the outer edge of the foot. 1 leg is bent, 1 leg is straight. Coming back to the center, hands to the hips, lift yourself up, goddess squat, heels in, toes out. It's just a plie squat, that really wide external rotated squat. You can shift your weight a little side to side, little circles, little bounce, whatever you need here. And then like we did in chair pose before we started all of this, we'll move the arms but keep the legs steady. Inhale, arms come out. Exhale, hands pull back into prayer. 2 more times. Inhale, reach out wide. Exhale, pull it in. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, star pose. It's really just straight arms, straight legs, still turned out. And then we're back to the front of the mat, warrior 2. Windmill the hands down, lift the back heel. Press into the hands, round the back, pull the right knee in, sweep the right leg up. From here, if you want to do a 3-legged vinyasa, keep the right leg lifted as you come into plank. Keep the right leg lifted as you chaturanga, but bring the right foot down for the back bend you have. And then 2 feet to the ground for down dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Left side, left leg lift. Coming into that half split again or farther. Knee into the chest. Lift the right heel, roll forward, roll forward, roll forward. Kick the left heel to the front of the mat, lower the right knee. Again, you could slide a little farther forward. We're only here for 1 more breath. And then take the weight into the left foot. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. High crescent lunge, reaching up with the chest, reaching up with the arms. Those little lifts of the hips. Remember, your back leg stays as straight as it can be. Inhale, lift the hips up. Left leg, front leg could bend or straighten at the top. You choose. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time we'll take power lunge with the arms reaching forward. Keep pulling the right hip a little bit to the front, left femur back. You find that sense of squareness. It should feel like more work for the back leg. And then you decide, hands to prayer, you stay in power lunge, or that shift forward for warrior 3 balance. Wherever you are, your right leg is really strong and really long. Take 1 more breath here. And then chair pose at the top of the mat, everybody. 2 feet down, sit low, reach high. Right leg lifts, 1-legged mountain, pull it up. Left leg is straight. You just take a moment to find that equilibrium. Open the right knee to the right. And then step the right foot back, big, long, warrior 2. 1 time, inhale, straighten the left leg, lift up. Exhale, warrior 2. Keep the warrior 2 legs. You really want to feel your legs working in the shape. Inhale, reach back, reverse. Taking into that half spine, right hand at the sacrum or the left hip crease, whatever you prefer. Big breath in. Big breath out. 1 more inhale. Exhale, side angle, just taking the torso forward. Legs haven't changed since we got in warrior 2. Opening the body up to the ceiling. Long right arm, long right leg. Keep pushing down into the right foot. 1 more round of breath here. And then lifting back up, warrior 2. Parallel the feet, reach up, look up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Second time, do something a little bit different. So if you just kept it, say, arms under the shoulders first side, maybe this side you grab the outer legs and you pull yourself down. Or if you walked your arms forward last time, maybe you walk your arms back through the legs. Maybe you add a little bend of the knees. So again, whatever you need to do in this wide-legged fold, if it works for you, it works for me. Finding your breath. You have 1 more cycle of breath in this forward fold. And then once again, we'll come into that little side lunge. I'm going to face the camera just so you don't have to see the back view, but you guys are facing the other way. Your left foot is at the front of the mat. Your right foot is at the back. Lift yourself up halfway. Tee the arms. Bend into your back knee. Take a moment here. Bend into your front knee. Come back to center. Hands to the hips. Lift yourself up. Goddess squat. This time, We'll keep the arms in prayer and we'll just move the legs. Inhale to lift the heels up. See if you can find some steadiness. It doesn't have to be a really high lift. And then drop the heels. Then straighten the legs. Really squeeze the booty. And then lift the heels from there. Again, doesn't have to be a high lift. Lower the heels. Sit back into goddess squat. Lift the heels. And then press to straight legs. Deep breath in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Deep breath out. Drop the heels, star pose. Again, it's just straight arms, straight legs, nothing too complicated. Warrior two, front of the mat. Windmill the hands down. Again, you have your left leg forward. Press with the hand round the back, lift the left knee, and then sweep the left leg up, three-legged dog. Remember option three-legged vinyasa, keep the left leg up, roll to plank. Keep it up, chaturanga. Bring it down, back bend. And then your choices here, down dog for 3 breaths, child's pose or puppy pose for 3 breaths, or that dolphin pose again, working the shoulders, grounding the hands, paralleling the forearms. So wherever you are, again, you're making a choice that's right for you, and it feels good. If you really need to amp things up this morning, then you're probably doing that dolphin pose. If you need to give yourself a break, you came here to really stretch and open up, then you're probably in a child's pose. One more round of breath here. And then we'll all meet back in forearm plank. So again, dolphins, all you have to do is walk yourself back. Everybody else, we just kind of have to heave ourselves into that place. This is that forearm plank where our hands are flat, our forearms are parallel. This time we all will move a little bit. Inhale, shoulders forward of the elbows. Exhale, shoulders right over them. Again, inhale, forward. Exhale back. One more time. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Take the left hand to the crook of the right elbow. Spin to the outer edge of the left foot. Forearm side plank, right arm lift. Inhale, drop the left hip. Exhale, lift it up. 2 more times. So these little hip dips. Inhale down. Exhale up. One more. Inhale down. Exhale up, come back to center, back to that forearm plank. So all 10 of your fingers are facing forward. Now, right hand in the crook of the left elbow, spin pinky side of the right foot, lift the left arm up. Forearm side plank, little dip. Inhale, hips down. Exhale, squeeze it up. 2 more, inhale down. Exhale up, last time, inhale down. Exhale up, come back to forearm plank, parallel the hands, drop the hips, untuck the toes, Sphinx pose. As you lift your chest and pull it through your arms, push down into the hands and forearms. Relax the head down, press back. Child's pose or puppy pose. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more round, inhale. Exhale. Okay, let's make our way back to down dog to come to the top of the mat. Wiggle things out if you need to. Zip the legs together. Inhale, heels high. Knees bend. Exhale, step or hop. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Push through the feet. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, arms this time come all the way by the sides. Chair pose, sit low, reach high. This time, left arm will sweep back, right arm will sweep forward. So we have this open twist. Weight in the right foot, left leg lift. We've done this, if you've taken yoga with me this week, we've done this a couple times this week. From here, you can stay. You can take right hand to left thigh or calf or outer edge of the left foot to straighten the left leg. So this is either a hand to big toe pose kind of in its traditional shape or a variation. Take one more breath here. Nice. And then we'll come on back around one-legged mountain. Open the left knee to the left. Now find your tree. If you normally do a lower tree, see if you can do a higher tree today. Even if you're holding on to the wall next to you, you might need to grab the foot and put it into the inner thigh. And you want it to be as high on the thigh as possible. The key to the balance is pushing the foot into the leg. And it also depends on kind of what material your clothing is. Some material is really hard to balance with. Bring the hands to prayer. Think about pushing into your right foot and getting taller through the spine. We'll add a baby back bend here. Lift the chest. Think about the thumbs lifting up and back. And you stop when you feel like, okay, I've had enough. This is where my edge is. Take one more breath. Use your core strength to lift back up to vertical. Step the left foot back, big warrior two. Keeping the warrior two, inhale, reverse, left hand behind the back, that half bind. Exhale, side angle, left arm over the ear. Two more like that. Inhale, reverse, little half bind. Exhale, side angle, reach it forward. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Coming into half moon as a balance. This might be, left hand will be on the hip. This might be where you want your block or your water bottle as an assistant for your right hand. You don't have to though. It could be a hand off the ground. Slide your body forward. Push into your right foot. Make sure those right toes are not turned in or out. They are directly forward. Lift your left leg. Really push out through the left heel. Engage the glutes and the thigh. Take one more breath. And then step to the top of the mat, chair pose, 2 feet down, chest lifts, arms lift. We have a couple more poses on this side. Right foot stays grounded, left foot lifts an inch or two. You're in this single leg chair, but you're still low. Hands to prayer, push the left foot back, slow and steady. Find your warrior three. And then bend the right knee, arms lift, high lunge. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, bend your back knee, lower down. So this is where we'll come into our first kind of longer held split. You have some choices. You can grab pillows from your couch or bed to put under your right thigh or under your left thigh. Or if you have a yoga block, you can put that under your thigh. So what we'll do is start to stretch that right leg out. And when I say pillows or blocks underneath your leg, depending on where your split is, it might look like this, right? Where I have a block or a pillow kind of stacked pretty high to support this front leg. Then maybe I can wiggle my back leg farther. If you feel like you have more space, then maybe it's a little bit lower. And I'm favoring putting this under my front leg, but I could also have this under my back quad. So coming into kind of this first held split, you're not trying to pull a hamstring here. You're not trying to be a hero. You're really going to that place where your body is like, okay, I'm open enough to be in whatever shape and variation of split this is. I'm not concerned about the optics. And the great thing is that no one can see you. So the only optics around are your optics. You can close your eyes to kind of get rid of that. 2 more breaths. Coming out of this can sometimes be a bit tricky. If you have blocks or pillows underneath you, I recommend that you take your weight back, get those objects out of your way, and then shift your weight forward. So you're in that lunge, fingertips down, back toes tucked, back knee lift. Start to just shift your body weight forward and back. And this isn't about kind of any perfect shape. We're just trying to find a little bit of movement. Before we come through our vinyasa, little twist, left hand down, right arm up. Pose is called easy twist, and it should feel not strenuous at all, just a way to open up, to work in this plane of movement. Bring the right hand down, right knee to the chest, right leg lifts, 3-legged. Go through your flow, and again, it might be that 3-legged flow until your back bend, and maybe not. All right, we'll start at the top of the mat for the left side. Legs together, lift the heels, bend the knees, step or float. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Long back, long spine, lift it up. Arms come by the sides. All right, chair pose. Weight will be in the left leg. Left arm forward, right arm back. Now we twist, keep the twist, but lift the right knee. This is where the hand to big toe pose. It could look like this, where there's not actually any hand to any big toe. It could look like hand to thigh. hand to calf, hand to pinky edge of the foot, and you do not have to straighten your right leg if you don't want to. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. One more time, inhale. Exhale, come back around that one-legged mountain. See if you can keep your leg off the ground. Right knee opens to the right. Find your tree. And again, if you normally do ankle tree or calf tree, see about just grabbing the ankle and lifting that foot up. Again, sometimes the material of your pants or shorts might inhibit this, but see if not, pushing the foot into the leg, leg into the foot, hands to prayer. We'll take that back in one more time. Think thumbs lifting up first and then back. One more breath here. Vertical the spine, use the core strength. Step the left foot back, warrior, or the right foot back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior, find your half spine. Exhale, side angle, reach it forward. Twice more with your breath. Last time. Okay, coming into that half moon balance. Right hand to the hip, look where you're going, which is to the ground. Hand on a block or a water bottle or nothing. Push the left foot down, lift the right leg up. Remember, you want to be really open. So if your right hip is facing the ground, you're in more of a warrior three. You want to stay open and broad to the side of the mat. Take one more breath here. And then 2 feet to the ground, chair pose. One-legged chair, weight in the left foot, right foot just hovers. Hands to prayer, push the right foot back, warrior three. Slow and steady transition. Bend the left knee, step the right foot back, high lunge. Drop the right knee, and again, this is where we come into that deeper split. We hold it longer. Make sure that you have the tools around you that you need. Pillows work great. Blocks can actually sometimes be a little uncomfortable. And again, you're adjusting the height of things as you need. Right knee is facing the ground, left knee is facing the ceiling. And if your hamstrings are still feeling really, really tight this morning, there is no need for you to go any deeper than how you have been. You can just stay in that more lifted half split and breathe. And this is a really nice place to close the eyes. So you don't get distracted by what your body looks like, and you can tap more into what you're feeling, the sensations. Take one more round of breath here. Again, coming out can sometimes be messy. I suggest taking the weight back first, moving any props, any pillows, then taking the weight forward, runner's lunge, little shifts. And again, this might include straightening the legs and pulling the hips back. And then we'll finish up with that easy twist, right hand down, left arm to the ceiling, taking a moment to feel the broadness through the chest and the collarbone. And then left hand down, left knee to the chest, left knee to the left knee, leg lifts back, and then go through your flow. Three breaths, down dog, child's pose. If you really feel inclined to do another dolphin, go for it. Slowing that breath down. All right, yogis, we're going to finish up at a wall. And not to torture you with another round of splits, but we're going to do another round of splits and then do some more familiar poses, but at the wall. So if you have any wall space, I don't have a perfect wall space, but I have something here. You can turn your mat or keep it like it is, personal preference. We'll start out with splits on the wall, and then we'll drop down, legs up the wall, figure four, poses that will feel really relaxing and maybe less intense. Splits on the wall. Starting out with the right foot down, and I'll mirror you guys. Starting out with the right foot down, we're going to be coming forward. It's like a standing split, which we didn't actually do, but you can imagine your splits being vertical and not horizontal. You're going to take the leg that's against the wall, so the left leg, the top of that foot is going to be facing the wall, and you're basically sliding that leg up. The farther this bottom leg is from the wall, the less intense the split. So if you want to amp up your split, you can walk your foot, the bottom foot and leg, closer to the wall. And the leg on the wall, again, that knee and top of foot are the things that are facing the wall. And you just have 3 breaths here. Again, self-control, self-assessment, self-calibration. You decide what is enough, what's too much. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Breath out. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Again, coming out can be messy. You can come out in the inverse way you came in, or you can tip forward. Let that leg fall. Before the other side, meet me in a deep squat. Malasana squat is what we call this in yoga. Toes are turned out, heels are turned in, elbows to the inner knees, hands to prayer. And you might just want to shift your weight side to side. Okay, one more side. Folding forward. Left foot is the foot that's down. Right foot is on the wall. Again, sliding that leg up. If you're, say, 4 feet from the wall with your bottom heel, and that feels like an intense stretch, great. Stay here. You don't need to go any farther. If there is space, feel free to slide it back, slide it up. 3 slow breaths. Again, coming out with care for your surroundings, definitely care for your body. And one more time, we'll meet in Malasana squat, hips down, head up, hands to prayer, shift it out. All right, now all the good, juicy stuff. Sit on down, wiggle those legs forward, and then we'll slide and come a shin distance from the wall. So we're taking our half pigeon as figure 4 and using the wall. We'll start with either foot on the wall. I'm going to start with my left foot on the wall and my right foot over my left thigh. It's just like the figure 4 we do in so many of our classes at True, except now you can leverage the wall like the floor. So you want to push the foot that's on the wall, really push it into the wall. This leg that's out to the side, a couple of things you can do. You can do nothing and just like chill out. You can add that hand of that same side of the body and push that hand into the inner thigh to continue to rotate that bone out, because we are externally rotating on the top leg side. You can also push into your other leg just to keep that action of foot to wall. Once you get set in the variation you want, start to settle in. Relaxing the breath, maybe relaxing the mind a little. And then slowly switching sides. So other foot on the wall, other foot as the crossed foot. Taking the variation that works for you. All right, slowly coming out, we'll take bridge on the wall. Keep the same distance, that shin distance. Now both feet are on the wall, arms by the side. Push your head into the floor, push your feet into the wall, and lift your hips. And if you've never done bridge this way, it can be actually a really nice way for you to expand and lift. You can also play around with taking your legs a little straighter, or you can keep them bent about 90 degrees. We have 2 more breaths. You are not moving your head side to side. You're keeping the gaze up. One more round of breath here. And then lower the hips down. We'll turn to the right side or the left side and just scooch your body until your butt connects with the wall, and then swim your legs up. We'll finish up with legs up the wall. It's a really nice restorative pose. It's great if you have been on your feet a lot. It's also great just for the circulation. So not that any of us have been flying a lot, and I'm guessing that we're not like on our feet too much, but it's still just nice to get that circulation and that blood flow going. If this feels like it would be really relaxing for you, or you've done it before and you know it is, this can be your Shavasana. You can settle here and drop in. If this isn't so relaxing for you, you can take a more traditional Shavasana, sliding away from the wall. And if we've missed any poses that you really were craving today, you can take the next like 30 seconds, 45 seconds to do them. When you do find the place that you want to finish this practice, you let everything go. There's no tension in the body. You're being held by the floor and the wall. And if there are a lot of thoughts floating through the mind, you start to kind of see them like a movie, like scenes in a movie on fast forward, versus attaching and diving into those thoughts and ideas. Take a deep, full inhale. Open the mouth, sigh it out. And start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And if you're still in legs up the wall, you might want to bend your knees and push away from the wall, shimming your body back a little bit. If you're in a traditional Shavasana, you can start to stretch your limbs long. And then we'll all meet in a fetal position on the right or the left side. So using your bicep as a pillow. Taking a moment to return to that intention, whether you were using that idea of patience or something else. And if it feels right, you can take it with you through the rest of the day. And if you need something else, this is a nice time to set that intention for the day. Bring yourself all the way up. Any comfortable seat. And since we're still pretty close to the wall, feel free to use that wall. Arms can rest down or hands can be in prayer. Tip the head down. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out through the mouth. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining